everyone, a very warm welcome to you. It's Nick here on the zxspectrum. Let's define some keys. And we're going to look at a game called T-Bird. It's a chase view shooter, a 3D shooter from Mastertronic in 1989. Would have cost you just £2.99. Also come out on the Commodore Amiga, Amstrad CPC, Atari ST and the Commodore 64. So it takes influences from games like Afterburner and Space Harrier. Space Harrier was on the Amiga by Elite in 86 and Afterburner Activision in 88. So we'll see how this one goes. Now the idea is, the ship's small enough, so that's a good stud. It's a little bit weedy. This is on the 48K. The ship isn't leaning either side, so I've got no feeling of inertia or momentum. Seems to be animated fairly well, but it looks a little bit dull first of all. Now the idea is you've picked up this ship called a T-Bird from your local dealer, took the wrong path on the way home and got involved in all these aliens who want to kill you. Now we've all done that at one time or another. Okay, so yeah, it's feeling slightly not finished at the moment. Where you got games like Afterburner, the ship will lean either side, the plane go up and down. This one's not doing that. And even in Space Harrier, I've died already. Even in Space Harrier, is doing that and flipping each side. Okay, now I do know I poke for this at Infinite Lives. We don't go very far. I've got to remind myself it did cost £2.99, but it's a bit watery, really. It's a bit like an orange juice. It's got too much water, a bit of cordials, but too much water in it, and it's too watery. But yes, now I've done complaints before in some games where the ship's too big and you can't get out the way. This one is a bit smaller, but it does feel like I don't feel like a ship. Feels like I'm moving a cursor up and down or a mouse pointer rather than an actual plane. Stars coming at us in the top side. I presume they're stars. That's providing a little bit of momentum. So that's quite clever. And we've got this ground effect, which feels like a cylinder going round, and that's brilliant. I presume each level is going to give us a different different colours. As power-ups across the top, if I hold down the fire button it will release the current power-up. Could be a missile, could be a smart bomb or a range of other things. Lives left 2. Got an energy bar I think, or fuel bar across the top there. As soon as that's drained to 0, like all planes that run out of fuel, it will explode. And that's what always happens, isn't it? I don't know if you've been in a car before. As soon as it's run out of fuel it explodes. Yes. $2.99. I think it's still too much for $2.99, especially in 1989 at the end of the zxspectrum's run. So I would have accepted it on a cover tape, but I wouldn't like to have played it or paid any of that money for it at all. If you had this game back in the day, let me know. It might be bringing you back some memories of this era, and that's what it's all about, really. Very hard to get anything for it though, playing it fresh in the year 2024, which I'm reviewing it, and it was 1989. Game over again. So we'll put a poke in now for Infinite Live just to see, is it worth going further in the game to see the other levels. Yeah, interesting it came out in the Commodore Amiga. I'll have to see if I can review that at some point. T-Bird, see if it's any good. I don't want to prejudge it, but I seem to expect it to be not very good at all. We'll see if it adds any music or any sound, which will be quite nice to see. Level 1. Level 1, go! Right, so, I might die, but I've got infinite lives this time. So if I hold down the fire button, I will be able to blow up everything in a smart bomb. But let's try and take them out. Not to dinner, as always. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and a big thank you to those people that subscribed so far. You might have been with me right from the beginning. We've almost reviewed 1,300 games. Yes, could you name 1,300 games on a bit of paper? I bet you couldn't. But you can name the main ones. Now we're going to the more obscure ones that you might not have heard of. They're all in the playlist if you want to see them. There's a link to that in the description below the video. Or you can click on my username, takes you to the channel page. And then click on the playlist tab and you'll see zxspectrum there along with a list of other stuff. I'm enjoying playing these. As I say, new people aren't necessarily going to type in T-Bird and discover the channel that way, but you know, what can you do, Farmer McGrew? So we're going over columns this time. It's alien columns. I don't know what they do. Maybe they're dumbbells. You know, when you get someone at the gym lifting dumbbells that weigh about 4 grams, then take a picture of themselves and pose and put it on Facebook and say, here's me at the gym, when really they've lifted something up that weighs less than a cup of tea. I'd rather be at home lifting a cup of tea instead. If you're that sort of training schedule, then let me know if that's what you do. Cup of tea for everyone. Let's get fit. Let's get physical, physical. I want to get physical. Man, this game's so flat. It's as flat as a pancake. Oh man, right. Okay, I just want to see the next colours now. I see that. Oh look, end of level boss time. It's an octopus. Is it? Wearing a crash helmet. We don't get many of those around. Right, okay, so the power-ups aren't obvious here. The power-up's just flashing as the middle one, but there's no other keys than what I've defined. I'm holding down fire button, it's doing nothing whatsoever. Right, that's kaboomed. Level 2, no fanfare. Off we go again, and it's the same thing, but it's cyan this time, and we're fighting TIE fighters. I mean, I think I've lost count of the amount of ZX Spectrum games that have got a Star Wars influence on. 1989, was that when Return of the Jedi has just come out? We're flying over not columns this time, we're flying over bits of mouldy cucumber. Is it? Or is it a creature? I don't know. Mouldy cucumber sounds a bit like a jazz singer. Apologies if you are watching this and you are called Mouldy Cucumber. I'll come to your next concert, no matter where it is, but just show me the, yes, pay the tickets. Right, so the sky is the same colour as level 1, just the whole thing's cyan now, so it's immediately lost its definition. My definition is this. What song was that? So TIE fighters all in a row. I don't think Darth Vader's there. I don't think Darth Maul's there. I don't think Darth Maureen's there. I don't think Darth Lenny's there. I don't think that any of them's there. Darth Garth. Right, so that's them blown up. So the aliens come in swarms. By shooting the whole swarm, I think you might get an extra power up. There come some black things, some black circular things. They're not Death Stars. They're just, I don't know what they are. They've escaped from a checkers board from some phantom toy shop. Okay, right now, I won't play this game a great deal further. We'll see what the next level is, but the play is not varying at all. I think even the patterns of the aliens coming on the screen might be the same. It's just it's like different graphics. So I'd like to see the program of this. It's not in BASIC because we've run through a number of compilers. It's running at a decent speed, but I imagine the 128K might have some music attached to it. It's T-Bird. I mean, a T-Bird was a car, wasn't it? It was like a Thunderbird, and it was in the 1950s. We'll have fun, fun, fun till my daddy takes my T-Bird away. By the Beach Boys. Yes. Everyone, and we'll have fun, fun, fun till my daddy takes my T-Bird away. But here's a T-Bird is a ship. I wish my daddy would take this away from me because it's no fun at all. I mean, I don't think too many people would have got this far in the game. It's quite tricky. It's quite dull. The ship's not moving around. It's not exciting. It's boring. So check out reviews. I reviewed it a long time ago. Afterburner by Activision 1988. They had a sequel as well. And ZX Spectrum. From my memory, the colours weren't overly good. And the end of level boss is exactly the same. That's unforgivable. Which leads me to think the end level boss is going to be exactly the same on each stage, which is just repeating the same program over and over with different graphics, and that is lazy. That's lazy, Daisy. Yes, anyway. Space Harrier, I think they had weird colours as well. I think Afterburner had decent colours, to be fair. I think Space Harrier was the one that had the dodgy colours, and Space Harrier too. But as I say, this game might play a bit better on the Amiga and the Atari ST that's got a bit of extra grunt on it. If you have played either of those versions, let me know. Commodore 64 and Amstrad CPC would be interesting to look at, but I fear it might be a similar experience. So dodge this one. You know, it does the basics for $2.99, but there's better alternatives. Here we're on some sort of ice planet with ice stuff that all looks the same. They changed the graphic from TIE fighters to skulls now, and those skulls do look pretty cool, I must admit. There's a nice bit of shading on them. So heads up to the artist. That's probably the best bit in the game, those skulls. I love them. Maybe you should use those for a platformer game or something else. So it's scaling the well, it's not scaling the sprites, is it? Or is it? I don't think the Spectrum can do that. So they've got to, yeah, it must be different graphics. Having said that though, look at the scrolling of the shapes coming towards us on the ZX Spectrum. That's impressive for the Spectrum, how they've managed to do that. Yeah, so that's the most impressive bit of the game. Then the scaling of the sprites. How have they done that? That looks very, very smooth. Okay, well, you know, hats off to them. Well done, Mastertronic. I say Mastertronic, it's published by Mastertronic Plus, it says here. So it's, in my mind, it's Mastertronic. So what colour, well the sky is staying cyan every time, but what colour is the ground going to be next time? We've had white, we've had green, have we? We've had yellow, have we? We've had cyan, have we? I can't remember. It's bound to be running out of colours, so we might have something a bit crazy like red or something, or it might go back to what it was before. It might do. Boo, 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 boo. Stand by for action. Big thank you to the members keeping this thing running. I do write down recommendations check. I haven't reviewed it before, but I will get to them eventually, probably, unless I make head and a tail of it. But anyway, the skulls are back. The skulls are back in town. I don't know how many lives I've lost this time. It is just trying to see what the game looks like further on. But you can see, as I said before, it's just more of the same with different graphics. It isn't really worth persevering with this. And I imagine, see, look, end level boss is exactly the same again, not even moving. I imagine when you get to the end, it might just loop round, or there might be a couple of lines saying, "Well done, you haven't fallen asleep," and that'll be it really. But yeah, it's a bit meh. Good graphics here and there, good scrolling, but a good game it does not make. Yeah, with the amount to choose now in Retroland, you choose something else you game on these games. But nice to see historically. You might not have seen T-Bird around the place. I prefer T-Bird to Big Bird. That's not a game, Big Bird. It's a character from Sesame Street. Unless you want on the Atari 2600, Big Bird's Egg Catch. Check that out. Whoa, what a game. Just about as exciting as this one. Good old Big Bird and Mr. Snuffleupagus. Now, is this thing going to die or not? Just die, you wally. If we get to the next stage, which we're going to, I mean, I would really want to turn this off, but if we get to the next stage, I will disable the poke at some point. It'll be a stealth-like disable of Poke Land, and then we'll see how I get on my own. Right, that's that destroyed. Level 4. Don't know how many levels that really see. Look, magenta this time and cyan sky. The TIE fighters are back, so we've seen the same graphics as from the enemies coming back to Ilgus. It's either stones coming at us or skulls. They're just swapping it around, or crazy jellyfish people. We're on a magenta ground now with trees. Looks like they've been burnt a little bit. Right, okay, let's turn the poke off if I can do. So now I'm vulnerable. So I think I'm firing one of my weapons here. Sideways shooters, is it? Right, okay. Now that's helping a little bit. It's a bit confusing, isn't it, to be honest with you? Kabiff, kaboo, kabooty, kabib bab, bobbity bib bob. That's what I say. You might say that as well, maybe on the phone to your bank, and they'll say, "No, you failed security, Mr. Perkins." Oh God. I just want it to be over now. This maybe I'm getting better at this game. I'm just gliding around, but see, I don't know any aircraft that doesn't lean left or right. I'm sure they could have programmed that. That'd have added a bit of style, or maybe lean the horizon ever so slightly here and there. That would have been a bit of inertia, but I feel like I'm on rails. I don't really feel a part of it. I feel like, as I say, the ship's a mouse pointer rather than a vehicle I'm controlling. I don't feel I'm in an alien battle. I don't feel like I've picked up a spaceship shooter and gone the wrong way home, as the instructions say, and then blasted into alien territory. Surely there'd be a slip road to turn off, or you just have to go through 4 levels the wrong way, blasting everyone. Why can't you just say, "Sorry, I've made a mistake, I'll go back on the slip road and won't bother you again"? But no, we've got some interstellar war. Well, it's not interstellar war, is it? It's on the same planet. We've got some civil war with aliens on some magenta roundy thing. Never mind, can't see many houses here. We're in some big field. Don't know who owns the field. Someone that grows magenta cereal. If you see some magenta cereal in the supermarket, don't buy it, because it's funding these aliens. Right, and their TIE fighter stupidity. Game over, Luke. Well, thank goodness for that. We won't put our name in, we'll just bypass it. So I hope you like having a look at that. You heard what I think about it, and had to listen to a Beach Boys song as well. So sorry about that. That was T-Bird on the ZxSpectrum by Mastertronic in 1989. $2.99 for you. Got any comments about this game, similar games, anything retro, or the Beach Boys, or beaches, or anything really? I need the activity. Slam that in the comment section below. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Cup of tea for everyone. Let's get fit. Let's get physical. Physical. I want to get physical. Man, this game's so flat. It's as flat as a pancake.